as our supreme method of propulsion or travel or drones or even our understanding of gravity and space-time. Like, if there is some sort of monumental breakthrough that was made in secrecy and made through some sort of project that involved the U.S. government and top physicists, and they kept this all under wraps, what better way to keep it under wraps than to say that it's something from another planet?
I mean, I don't know. I have only one point of intersection with this issue. Okay, I'll tell you what it is. I wrote an op-ed for the New York Post 2 summers ago when a lot of this stuff first broke, with the Navy stuff. And it happens that there are a number of scientists who, upon being confronted with the difficulty of explaining the origin of the first life from simple chemistry, and upon being confronted with the digital code that's stored in the DNA molecule. I mean, it's really striking, there's not just the amount of information, but the way in which it's stored and processed and expressed. It's very much like a CAD/CAM system where we got computer-assisted design and engineering. If you're up at Boeing, you've got an engineer that writes code goes down a wire, it's translated into another machine code that can be used to direct the construction of an airplane wing or some other mechanical part. And then at the manufacturing apparatus, the code will be used to direct the placement of the rivets in just the right place. That's the kind of complexity of information processing that's going on inside the cell. It's unbelievably cool. So Dawkins himself, seeing an animation of what's called gene expression, said he was knocked sideways with wonder at the complexity of the digital information processing in cells. There have been leading scientists who have actually proposed, well, maybe that is evidence of intelligent design, but it's intelligent design that is coming from an extraterrestrial source. So it actually has a name in science. It's called panspermia. Okay,
Sure.
And I am not a supporter of the panspermia hypothesis, though I am completely agnostic as to whether or not there is extraterrestrial life. It's a big universe. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I don't think it helps us with the problem of explaining the origin of life for reasons that are similar to the critique of the multiverse I offered. Even if you posit that a superintelligence evolved on some other planet and then designed life or designed the genetic code and imparted it in cells and sent it to our planet, you've still got to explain the origin of that evolutionary process on some other planet, and that takes you right back to the problem of the origin of information. If you want to build any kind of system that has a high degree of specificity, you need information to say, I want this structure, not that. I want this way of configuring matter, not that. Information is crucial to specificity of form.
I understand what you're saying.
So yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, and just to complete the thought, and I'm very interested in what you have to say about this other thing because I don't know much about it. The other thing is that the panspermia hypothesis doesn't do a good job of explaining the ultimate fine-tuning of the universe or the universe itself, upon which any future intelligent aliens' evolution would depend. You have to have the universe fine-tuned in the first place to get any kind of evolutionary process going. And therefore, if you want to explain the big 3 things that I've put out as a challenge to scientific materialism, panspermia doesn't cut it because it might explain the origin of the first life, but only by kicking the problem into outer space without answering the question of the ultimate origin of information. It definitely doesn't explain the origin of the fine-tuning of the universe because that precedes any possible subsequent evolution of any alien being. That would be getting the cause and effect relationship